Hey guys, this is day 21 of the self-transformation journey. 30 days where I've been focusing on working on my mental and physical health. It's pretty crazy that it's been 3 weeks already. I got one more week and then it'll be 30 days, and it's been a great 3 weeks. I have to say that the transformation that I had just in 21 days has been amazing. It's because I've just been really driven to kind of changed my life because I had those kind of rising emotions that I hadn't felt for a while. And I think that was a good signal to actually start making a difference in my life. And so things have been going great. Like today, I woke up. I actually put an alarm so that way at 5:30 I could wake up. And I used my old HTC Evo 4G, and it still works as an alarm clock. So the desk clock that I had, the analog one I got from Daiso, actually does it stopped keeping up with the time. So yeah, decided to try the phone out, and it worked pretty well. And then I had my smoothie this morning, which was really good. Like I said, it was actually very tropical. I put coconut shreds with pineapple, and then I put, I think, of course, a banana in there. So it was actually really refreshing. Had my vitamin supplement routine, and then I went on a walk this morning, and it was great because today was actually sunny. I only had about maybe one other day this past 3 weeks where it was actually sunny in the morning, but today was like completely sunny. It was beautiful, and it just gave a different perspective on the nature and the view when I was walking. So I went down Hutchison, up Goodwin, and then I went down, I believe, Pond Place, which connected with West Snap, and then I went up to I think it was like some sort of lane, and then I got it connected to East Bobier, and then I came back. Luckily, I didn't have to go to the bathroom too much today, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the sunshine. It was definitely a surprise, and I was pretty warmed up, pretty much sweating by the time I got back. I was able to kind of test out my social anxiety, by saying good morning to people and just trying not to think too much, because what I noticed is that sometimes when I pass by people, I kind of think, oh, what do they think of me? And that's actually something I've been trying to work on since the fall semester. Just trying to think, like, how do I just act normal when I pass by somebody? So I just try to clear my thoughts out, and then I walk tall, and then especially if it's a woman, then I try to just really clear my thoughts out and just kind of appear confident, because a lot of times I get kind of nervous around women. Or girls or people, especially my age. And so I think the best thing I could do is just to be confident, and just to kind of, instead of put myself down like, oh, you're looking weird, you're looking like a creeper or something like that. Just tell myself, like, I'm confident. I I'm on this retention journey, so I have this kind of aura. The guys talk about in the no fap journey, where you do no fap for like 30 days or more, and all of a sudden people are attracted to your energy, especially females. And so the idea is like just to recognize, like, I'm on no fap, I'm on retention. So I have this aura, I have this energy, and people want to be around it. I have this seed energy, and you feel a lot more confident, because it's like, wow, yeah, I've been on this journey for such a long time, and I have this energy within me that allows me to create anything that I want. And for you guys out there that are on the journey, you can start thinking this, like, let's say you pass by somebody on the street, just start thinking to yourself, like, yeah, I'm confident, I don't have to worry about anything. I can handle whatever comes my way. These people can feel my energy, this positive energy that I have. And all of a sudden, you notice your perception changes, and you feel more confident about yourself. And even people's reactions to you change, because when you're in that negative mindset that I used to be in, where I used to worry, like, oh, people think I look weird, people think I look strange, people think, all this stuff, because a seed was planted in my brain that, like, oh, you look different because, this identity or whatever. And all of a sudden, you think you just get insecure about yourself, because then you think, oh, you go to this different area of, for example, nice area, people think you look weird, people think you look strange, and that's what you're thinking. But if you change your perception of reality, energy, you can change your entire life. If you think to yourself, instead of those negative thoughts that, oh, I'm confident, I have this seed energy within me, it's powerful, it allows me to cultivate anything that I want. And, uh, you know, females notice it, males notice it. I'm confident in my own skin because I'm going somewhere, I'm achieving these goals, I have the seed energy, and it's really powerful, and people notice that about you. And that's what I was really trying to cultivate on my morning walk, was like, instead of being so nervous about what other people think, just walk tall. you know it's all about body language, right? You walk tall, you stay focused on what you're doing, and you have these kind of positive, encouraging thoughts in your head, and all of a sudden your perception of reality just completely changes. You don't feel nervous. You don't feel like, oh, I gotta look away. I gotta, I gotta, protect myself, right? Those kind of, you shrink up, you expose yourself, not in that sense, not like, a trench coat or anything, but, you kind of you open yourself, you open your energy, like, you open your hands, you open your kind of midsection, especially for guys, you open yourself up to say, like, I'm not intimidated by that, and you allow the energy to flow out, you know? And so I noticed the difference in how people were perceiving me. And it's crazy. Like, you just open yourself up to life and you feel a lot better. And so I did my microcosmic orbit, and then I did my 18-minute meditation, and then I went to Albertsons to get some 4th of July stuff, because I still want to celebrate 4th of July, even on this journey. So I got some actually mini flags, shows some patriotism. I hung up the right way American flag on the garage. I've actually seen that before, just over the last couple of years. People hang the American flag vertically, because I could buy a flagpole, but that costs. It's a little bit hard to carry, plus the cost. So. And so, yeah, I hung up the American flag on just 2 nails. I think I'll probably have to build a stronger hold on it, because the wind was actually pretty strong today, at some points. But yeah, besides the American flag, I bought some things that I'll probably eat possibly next week. I was thinking about, like, tomorrow, of actually kind of not doing the smoothie day, but I realized, I gotta stay dedicated. And what I'll do is I'll put the stuff in the smoothie. Boom. So that's what I've actually been doing, even the week before last, where I had a smoothie, but I would make, like, cornbread, or I'd make muffins, and I put it within the smoothie. So technically, it's all within the smoothie. So I have some plans of making, like, a cherry pie smoothie, an apple pie smoothie in the microwave, because our oven doesn't work anymore. And I'm thinking about mixing it all together, possibly mixing maybe a sandwich in there or something, something crazy like that. That way it kind of breaks up the sweetness, because a lot of times I've been drinking it and it's been very sweet, but sometimes I need something to break through that flavor. And so, yeah, that's what I bought. I bought some burgers, I bought hot dogs, I bought the traditional stuff. I'm probably gonna make a cornbread and then 2 pies. And then on the bus, so what I tried to practice on the bus today, was dominant posture. So it's usually on the bus, I don't open myself up as much. And for a guy, that's really important to have that kind of open, to show you're confident, right? To show that, you're not, because what I've learned over the past few years or so, I've read a book about body language, but the more closed up you are, and the more you cross your legs, and the more you kind of, yeah, like I said, close yourself up, the more anxious you get, because you're looking for a threat. You think that there's a threat around, so you have to protect yourself. But whereas if you're open, you're telling yourself, your own mind, and your subconscious mind, that in this setting I feel comfortable, that there's nothing that's going to harm me. And what you're actually showing other people is that same confidence, that, oh, this guy, he looks pretty chilled out, he's spread out, he's not worried about somebody, like, he's not afraid, because when you're afraid, you start to try to protect yourself, right, your vital organs. But when you're not afraid, then you give the opposite signal, that, and you tell your body that too, because your mind and your body are connected. So your body's gonna react, and then your mind's gonna be like, oh, I gotta protect myself. So I've had a hard time doing the open body postures because I feel like there's that connection with that really just strong, like, lustful energy. And so when I was at Miracosta, I tried to do the open body postures, but I was surrounded by so many, all these kind of thoughts came into my head about, females and whatnot. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remain confident but control that energy, because that energy is very powerful. As you guys know, when you're on nofap and retention, you're not releasing it, so all that energy is building up within your body and it's trying to find a way out. And so by doing that kind of open posture, it's almost like it's trying to find a way out, especially if you're, surrounded by any sort of like females or whatnot. That energy is trying to go out. It's trying to be like, there's a chick, go for her. It's trying to really like attract itself to the, because what you're retaining your seed energy, and that seed energy is is meant for something, you guys know. And so for me, it was tricky. Like, I was trying to open myself up, try to be confident, try to show that side of just like, I'm not afraid, trying to show that kind of confidence to other people and myself. And just to, even in the presence of women, because of just trying to be more comfortable around them. And that was one of the things that I've been researching on, is how to be more comfortable around women, how to talk with them, because in a business setting, that's going to be the case. There's going to be women in that business setting that I need to be able to communicate with them more effectively. And so to be more comfortable around them will be a good starting point. So that kind of open posture without reacting is something that I'm trying to practice. So I noticed that I did that both on the way to Albertsons, on the way back to Albertsons. And just notice my own kind of reaction, and trying to cultivate that energy flow. And then, yeah, so I ended up leaving about 12 o'clock. I had my smoothie. I had the cornbread that I made, a very dense, very good smoothie. Like I said, tropical. I put some protein powder in there. I got over Planet Fitness, and it was fairly busy, but I felt a little bit more tired today. I think the 8 and 10 pounds is starting to wear down a little bit on my body, so I didn't do as much as usual. But I still watched Jay today, his channel, and I ended up practicing a little bit of mindfulness today, waiting for the sprinter. I noticed my this ear right here, I got to clean it out because I can't hear through it. So that kind of, it definitely limits a little bit of your ability to take in a lot of the world, because your hearing is important. You hear the birds, you hear the winds, you hear all sorts of things, and that's part of mindfulness, is observing your senses. So I noticed that kind of dampened things a bit. But I went over to Oceanside, and then I took the bus down to Cardiff to shoot some hoops, and I met this guy. It was pretty cool. I was on the bus, and he noticed I had a basketball, and he talked a lot about basketball. To be honest, I I didn't really watch basketball growing up. You know, maybe once, maybe a handful of times, but I only know like the big star athletes because they're in the media all the time. And so it was kind of interesting when he was talking about that, because I had a hard time relating. But he did have a lot of good lessons about hard work, determination, eating healthy, and how that eventually builds up into, seeing results. And so it was very motivating to listen to him. I got down to Cardiff, and I walked over to the park. I was also doing the kind of dominant body language, just showing that, like, I have this energy, I have this, confidence, so that way when I'm in public, self-confidence, but also showing it to others, that, like, I'm not scared. I'm not gonna, oh, what are people thinking of me? And people can feel that energy, right? Energy, people can feel, but they can also feel that confident energy, and they're attracted to that positivity rather than that negativity, which is all around us, right? The media and their fake news, all that negativity, and people want that sense of positivity. So if you spread that energy around, and so I did go to the basketball court. They had a full court game going on. A lot of these kind of older guys, pretty tall guys too, and eventually I got to shoot some hoops. These hoops were a lot larger. The height was like Whoa. And compared that to, Escondido yesterday, which was like my height, I could actually I made some baskets though. I won't deny it, but it was definitely a lot taller. And then I ended up basically having to rest because I didn't have any water on me again because the water bottle I had was growing mold again, so I have to really clean it up. But yeah, I ended up sitting there on the bench and just kind of observing the ocean in the background, listening to some Gabe Dog talk about sleep, and then I took the bus back up, and I saw John. His name's Jonathan, and I saw him again on the bus, so we ended up talking, and I ended up going on the Sprinter. And then I got back home and I did a cold shower, and yeah, decided to record the video, drinking some lemon water to hydrate. You know, lemon water is very potent, very good. And then I'm excited to make the cornbread. Probably maybe do that tonight, and then the different smoothies I'm planning on making via the microwave. See how that works out. Um, so yeah, today was a great day. I only felt like a couple pangs of uncertainty, but other than that, I felt so confident and just so like I had this, that the seed energy. The seed energy is powerful. Like when you retain and you don't release it, and it's so powerful that sometimes it's like it's hard to control. That's why I'm trying to do qigong. I'm trying to do breath work, and I'm just trying to cultivate that energy, because when you're in public, especially if you're at the beach, you're surrounded by all these, females. Like the energy just gets stronger and stronger, especially if the more confidence you show, the more that energy just builds, and it's like you got to really cultivate that. Miracost, when I was there in the fall and spring semester, I had to really cultivate that, because that energy can just take control of you, and you don't think anymore, because all that blood is going elsewhere. So if you cultivate that energy, that's the best thing. So 3 weeks down, I have to say, like I said, 3 weeks ago, I was in. I think I was going down to Del Mar to check out the mall, Del Mar Plaza. The energy level, I was just like, I couldn't concentrate. The meditation practice was down. I was feeling like nervous and anxious. And 3 weeks later, it's insane the difference. Like my voice is deeper. I'm having healthier habits. I invested a lot in vitamins, which are making me feel a lot more stable. I have a healthier diet, and I just feel motivated to improve myself, and I'm seeing the results. And it's crazy because I actually kind of had a bit of a harder time trying to improve myself because I was focused my seeds were all over the place. But now I'm focusing my seeds on myself, and I'm seeing results. 3 weeks, guys. 21 days, you can make a difference in your life. If you have something that's really burning under your feet, it's like that really motivates you. Like for me, it was just that anxious feeling because I was going good. I was going great. I was like, man, I got a business idea. I got Instagram going good. My communication's improving. I'm going to all these places, but I think it was too much for my body. And once I felt that nervous energy, I realized, dude, I got to do something. I got to change something, because this nervous energy isn't like, it feels like something that I had when I was like before pre nofap days. I'm like, whoa, 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 this ain't gonna happen. I'm not going back to before the nofap days, because those days, no way, man. Before I discovered nofap, I was, wow, man, that was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was like nervous. I was a nervous wreck because I was doing so much stuff that I wanted, but I wasn't taking care of myself. So if you have something that is motivating you to change, just do it, man. Because 3 weeks, dude, 3 weeks. If you have money saved up, invest that in yourself, because that's going to improve your work and your school performance. Like for me, I invested in vitamins, I invested in protein powder, I invested in some healthy foods, and that really paid off, man. Like the smoothies are amazing. Like if you have more fruit in your diet, you'll just feel super energized, super ready to go. For the most part, it takes you throughout the day. I'm gonna say that I probably need something after I work out, but I feel a heck of a lot better, guys. A lot more confident, a lot more level-headed. That's not to say that there isn't sometimes pangs of uncertainty, but it's getting to the point where it doesn't even bother me. Little by little, it's shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. And the more you practice meditation, mindfulness, building your self confidence, going outside, being around other people, being around normal people, guys, normal people in the outside world, not trapping yourself in the house, your life's going to change, guys. So I'm excited for another week. One more week, guys. And then I think I'm going to work on my business and I'm going to take that off to the next level, guys. It's going to go boom, dude. It's not going to be like last summer where I was like telling myself, oh, I'm going to accomplish these goals. And I accomplished some of them and I did a lot, but it wasn't like where I wanted to be. That's why, I got back to Miracosta. I wanted to be Cal State San Marcos. And that's why I'm going to shoot. You got to shoot towards the stars, guys. So this is Random Stuff with Alex Hughes. I'll check in with you guys on July 4th and have a great day. Thank you very much.